Coping with Tre Tailor, giving you info and advice to help you thrive and survive in life, because we'll always be coping with something. Coping.
Hey there, happy Thursday. I'm Tre Tailor and you are watching Coping. Today we're coping with sport, martial arts to be exact, and the possibility of it being a huge competitive sport. Dexter Kennedy is the author of the book, Taking on the NFL. We'll talk to him about his concept. Dexter, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Looking forward to talking to him coming up next. I'm Tre Tailor, but first, your community updates. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and location for COVID testing in and around South Carolina. Also, COVID vaccinations and flu shots. Visit scdhec.gov for more information. Now, scrolling at the bottom of the screen throughout the show, you'll see information on where you can get a COVID test via mail. The VA, where all those who served in the military can not only get their test, but also get their vaccination. Retail outlets, including Kroger, CVS, and also Walgreens, who all offer COVID tests and vaccinations. And of course, the Comet bus system, where not only you can get your free shot, you can also catch a free ride on the Comet to get your vaccination. Also, get set up for folks who need help getting set up to make their COVID appointment. Also, financial resources, including FEMA, giving a COVID funeral reimbursement. Several cities and states in and around South Carolina that are offering an opportunity for financial assistance. And then we also have some information about scholarships in and around South Carolina. The Coolidge Scholarship and also the State's Fair is also offering their scholarship, their applications. Last but not least, the City of Columbia is doing their Heritage Ball coming up this month. So you can see that information on the screen. And all of that information and more will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen throughout the show. You're watching Coping to help you thrive and survive. Don't forget, live on the TailorMade production page on Facebook. That's the home of Coping. Please go over there, hit like and share and follow, and find out when we go live Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday from In It Together SC, and also on Thursday and Friday. We're also streaming live on our YouTube channel. Now, we would love for you to subscribe to that. There you will find 3+ years of information, resources, and interviews to help you cope. We also have a presence on Twitter and also on Instagram. You're watching Coping, and I'm Tre Tailor. Coming up, Dexter Kennedy is going to join us. He's going to tell us about a book that he wrote that proposes that martial arts could be just like the NFL. We'll talk to him coming up next on Coping. I'm Tre Tailor.
Computers, they're a part of our everyday life. But when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Hi, I'm Judy Gatson. As a news anchor, wife, and mom, I know how important it is to take care of our health. Part of taking care of our health is knowing if you're at risk of type 2 diabetes. Prediabetes is a serious health condition and puts you at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. It's estimated that more than 1.3 million South Carolinians have it, and up to 90% have no idea. Take a moment to visit inittogethersc.org to take an online test to find out your risk of prediabetes and how to join a diabetes prevention program that takes the guesswork out of losing weight, eating better, and being more active. You can learn new ways to stay healthy and sustain those changes over time. When you join, you'll even get support from a trained lifestyle coach to help you set and achieve realistic goals. Go to inittogethersc.org, brought to you by the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina.
much for joining us on Coping. I'm Tre Tailor. We're giving you info and advice to help you thrive and survive in life because we will always be coping with something. Don't forget, we are streaming live on the TailorMade production page on Facebook. That's the home of Coping with Tre Tailor. Please go over there and hit like and share and follow. Find out when we go live every Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday from In It Together SC. And then again on Thursday and Friday. We you cope. We are also streaming live, and I have a presence on Instagram and also on Twitter. I'm Tre Tailor, and today we're coping with martial arts as a major competitive sport. Today, black belt Dexter Kennedy's taking on the NFL with Pro Teams KumiteSport is a how-to, info, and invitation for those who want to know about how to make martial arts a competitive money-making sport. The inventor, author, combat veteran, and retired chief warrant officer is a graduate of Eau Claire High School in Columbia, South Carolina, as one was inducted into the National Martial Arts Hall of Fame. Dexter, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. First, how did you get into martial arts?
Oh, wow. I like most martial artists, probably got involved back with the Bruce Lee explosion back in 1974.
Okay.
Yeah, it was playing over in I think the theater was the Carolina Theater across from Columbia Mall. Fist of Fury. I think everybody came out of the movie kicking. And that did it. I signed up for a class in Greenview Park.
Oh, wow.
A 6-week class. And then I went from there to Eddie Gaston's karate school, which used to be on Coon Road. I was able to beat, just from watching the movie, I was able to beat some of their black belts. So I said, oh, that wasn't good enough. And then I went to the Rosewood School one day when I was going to work, and I saw a bunch of guys kicking at Geneva Karate Studio on, golly, what's that road? Rosewood. Yeah, I think it was Rosewood. Yeah, and I ended up walking in there, and I asked Mr. Geneva, I said, hey, I want to take karate, and I let you know I'm good because I beat so-and-so and everything. And he put me up against this little guy, Robert Blizzard, and I couldn't touch him. I couldn't touch him. He was probably 13 years old, and I was like 17, right? I couldn't even. So that started. I signed up for classes, and then, from there on, I just continued until I got my black belt.
Right. 5-degree black belt.
5th degree. Yes, ma'am.
5th degree black belt. Yeah. So what is KumiteSport, and is it different than karate, judo, jiu-jitsu?
So basically, KumiteSport is basically taking those martial arts that use safety equipment for head and gear. I mean, headwear, foot gear, and hand gear to compete in a venue or an arena where they do points to vital areas of the body, and they get points. They score. They contact those light to medium contact areas, and they get points. That's what KumiteSport is. So it's a number of different martial arts coming under one umbrella to compete at a national level for a championship like they have in the NFL, the Super Bowl. And Kumite's team sport is basically the team concept like we have with the with the National Football League. So
yeah. So speaking of that, and this is, you talking about NFL, and of course your book is about taking on the NFL with Pro Teams KumiteSport. How and why did you come to the realization that KumiteSport could or should be competitive like an NFL?
So basically, the concept, the title, Pro Teams, taking on the NFL with Pro Teams. So basically, I'm just taking on the concept of the team concept, like the NFL has teams. Major League Baseball, basketball, all professional level teams. Major League Sports have teams. So even when you think about the Olympics for boxing, they have weight divisions. So I'm basically looking at the weight divisions for martial arts divisions, black belt divisions to compete on a team. And so the way I envision it is we currently have tournaments. We currently have tournaments all across the United States.
And I was going to mention that there are tournaments. So why is this, what you're proposing, any different than that?
So I'm basically taking a component from a martial arts tournament and taking that. Normally what happens at a tournament, they'll have their nighttime finals, and they'll have all the first and second place people compete for first place, for championship. And they'll turn that into an event. So it will separate itself from the tournament, and they'll have the nighttime finals to determine the best of the best at that event. And what I'm saying is that's very entertaining. Why don't we just market that aspect and so it's not just martial artists coming to watch and family members, but expose this to the world as a venue for entertainment.
Right. So why isn't that happening?
That's a good question.
Because if there are tournaments and there are tournaments, my grandson, little 7-year-old, he's in martial arts. He's just been in there a couple of months since last summer, and of course we see his peers, his friends, his classmates going to tournaments, and of course parents come, family members come, and other martial artists, as you say. Why haven't other martial arts enthusiasts or teachers, instructors, gotten the light bulb moment and said, this could be more?
I can only speculate that they get caught up in the day-to-day business, because I know even my teacher himself, he no longer has his students go to tournaments, because sometimes at tournaments there's so much politics, if you will, at the tournament itself. If that's my tournament and that local favorite, you may have judges who judge and make sure that favorite gets it. Even when you watch NFL, sometimes there's calls by judges and referees that you're like, well, golly, they're pulling for the other team just from the calls and stuff like that. So that's the same case I think that happens in all sports, but I think we get caught in the drama of that. And I actually think sometimes that adds to the sport itself because of the dramatic that goes to it, right? So I wouldn't discount that, but I think over the years, a lot of people, they take a lot of that. And the other thing too is there hasn't been a national certification for umpires and referees and stuff like other sports, right? Yeah. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
Dexter Kennedy is a 5th-degree black belt, inventor, author, and Desert Storm combat veteran. His book, Taking on the NFL with Pro Teams KumiteSport, is available at Amazon.com. You can see the book right there. It is would you say, Dexter, is it more of a informational how-to book on how to make Kumite Sports more competitive, or is it your overall thought process about why it should be, or maybe both?
It's all inclusive. It's even gone as far as guiding it so that through the Small Business Administration, anybody across the United States can walk in and say, I want to own a team, and they can get 85% backed by the SBA, their loan approved. So I've even gone that far, that detail in the book itself. And there's a couple of pages at the front that that give contact information for those who are interested in possibly owning a team.
Right. So how do you think this can be accomplished? I know you said, first things first, and you've done a lot of groundwork already in the book as far as going to the SBA, all of this. But what else needs to happen? What are the steps that need to happen to make this an organized sport? Because it certainly is entertaining.
Yes. I think the best approach would be for those that have large tournaments already. It would be ideal for them to decide, we're just going to add a division component to our tournament, which would determine the best of the best for that city state, and they would have their team for that city state. So just imagine each state having a national tournament, and from that tournament comes the best of the best, and they represent that city in a national championship.
Right.
So I think that's the best first start.
So each city or state have, or maybe each city do a tournament, and then that winner goes to the state, and then that state finalist goes to the nationals?
So the way I envision it is right now there's probably over 500 circuits, tournament circuits, but there's in that state there may be one huge tournament, that everybody goes to. So he adds that tournament promoter. He adds a division that says those black belts that win first place at these weight classes, that's going to represent the state of North Carolina, South Carolina, or whatever. And then that would be the team. And then each one of those teams,
I gotcha.
We split it up and we have divisions, just like they do in the NFL, Major League Baseball and stuff, right? And then we would have those division runoffs. And then from those runoffs, then we would have like now we have the AFC and the NFC competing for the national championship and the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Is it feasible, Dexter?
Oh, there's a big time opportunity. So I think what happens is we look at like the WNBA. I think a lot of those women started off making maybe $45,000, $50,000 a year. So it wasn't a whole lot of money, right? But as a competitor, I would go to a tournament. I might weigh in at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and not fight till like 3 o'clock. And then if I won first place in my division, I might get $100. So that whole day. But just imagine a venue, say like our township auditorium. I think this township, last time I checked, it had like 3,500 seats, right?
27.
Okay. 2,700 seats. Okay, just imagine, and this is lowballing it, but say there was a ticket, because to go to a movie theater, you might pay about $15 to go to a movie theater. So just say each one of those tickets was $15 a piece. And then the winning team, say they got 60% and the losing team got 40%. I used to play on a band, Midnight Blue, back in the day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I actually started the band, but the bottom line was when we
That's another story for another day, huh?
Oh yeah, another story for another day. But initially we started off playing at getting percentage off the door of whatever that club was. So depending on how popular we were, we would draw more, people into and get more money. So the more people we could draw through radio advertisement and everything, the more money we would get paid. Just like in the NFL, the more popular team comes, they're going to get more dollars, more people in the seats, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I ran down numbers in my book. I got some basic numbers based on about 25 to 3,000 people coming to a venue and right now I could say competitors average maybe, like I said, $100 for the fight. I had a friend of mine, Randy Blake, who's the world champion, and he told me he fought on one of the full contact matches, and he fought like 6 rounds. He got paid $3,000. Yeah, so it's money for the competitors, but then just imagine the gate coming in if we went ahead and changed our way of thinking, and that's all I'm trying to do, to get people have the conversation, and then possibly get this thing going, because there's a tremendous opportunity, I believe.
How long have you been pushing this effort, Dexter?
Well, in 2003, I fought at Dewey Eric's tournament at the Sheraton Hotel, and I introduced the concept to them there. And then I went on the road. I did an ad in the paper, and I hired about 10 folks, and we tried to establish 11 teams, in Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Totowa. I do a lot with, I don't know if you've ever heard of an organization called Connect Sports. And one thing I learned through Connect Sports is there's cities across America that are looking for entertainment. They're looking for, and they don't have a problem funding a team.
Right,
so they would pay for a venue for a team. Yeah, given reason, it's going to be profitable, or draw some attention to that area so they can go ahead and fill seats and stuff. Yeah, I can do that. But I've gotten contacts for that. So now I'm getting contacts through Connect Sports. Can you bring a team here? But I don't have any teams. So yeah, I started back in 2003. I wrote the book to protect the idea and concept around 2009, and I had it first published in 2015. So I've actually published this book 4 times. So this is the fourth time this book's been published.
Right. So, it's interesting. So you're thinking, because what you, based on what you said, it sounds like you're thinking this may be an initiative for smaller cities, or those cities who, as you say, have a need for entertainment, for live entertainment.
Yes. I think it would be quicker to
Yeah.
happen in those smaller cities. I mean, you get a big city like, when I think of the state of California, I would say they could have 3 teams, but I wouldn't say Los Angeles.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's too much. You're competing with too much else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because there are some smaller cities and towns in California.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And here's the thing, because people will support their kids. That's the other thing.
Yes.
People will come out and support their kids, So Dexter Kennedy joins us. He has written a book, Taking on the NFL with Pro Teams KumiteSport. And what it is the concept of having a martial arts become a competitive sport like the NFL, having teams, having divisions, and the whole nine. And are people interested, Dexter?
Well, when they hear the conversation, they're like, they know that we need to do something beyond tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So, there was the PKA, Professional Karate Association, there was the ISK. So we've done a number of those things, and they may end up being in the business for like 7 years or whatever. But the problem or the challenge is they start competing with boxing. So I think we get out of our element when we try to compete with boxing and put on boxing gloves and stuff like that. And I detail that out in the book. Wow. I think what we try to do is we look at boxing, and then actually the PKA had it so professional boxers were coming across, and the only thing they had to do was lift their leg up 6 times per round, and then they go knock out the karate guy, because the karate guy, he's at a disadvantage because he's got on boxing gloves, but he can't do gouges and stuff like he normally is trained to do in self-defense or martial arts.
Yeah. So where are you with your efforts right now? You said, once you talk to people, they seem to be interested.
Yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually really trying to promote the book.
For someone. Right.
I'm sorry. I guess it's breaking up a little bit from the traffic. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that there's a and I didn't really get a chance to hear the question. So that's
I was asking, where are you with your efforts? I said, because is this for a business person? Do you think this is more for someone who already does tournaments, someone who has a martial arts studio? Who is the ideal person for this?
I think the ideal person is a business person, because they'll understand the benefits of business. I think too many karate tournament promoters get caught up in the tournament aspect of it, and they're not going to see the benefit because they're already making big dollars with the tournament. But I think the potential is greater with the team than with the tournament. But they're going to be, because of the volume, the impact of people through a tournament, I think they may go ahead and more focus on a tournament. However, I think that if they went ahead and they had a business partner or somebody from the organization who runs the tournament and somebody who does the team, I think they'll realize the benefit from the team. Because just imagine this, kids right now who take martial arts, and the NFL, Major League Baseball, they don't have to do that much marketing because of the NFL. Kids automatically aspire to play football, baseball, basketball. So normally when a child ends up in martial arts, it's because there's a discipline problem. They don't have confidence. They need to be able to, they got bullying. They got all these other reasons why they do martial arts. But just imagine if there were professional teams. Now the parent might feel like, oh, wow, I'm getting more than just the benefit of now Johnny has more confidence. Johnny can now one day end up, so that's something that the NFL, Major League Baseball, and them don't offer. So this is an extra caveat to pro teams.
Where are you with your efforts?
Oh, so right now, just getting the word out. I got one gentleman interested. So I'm getting ready to reach out to some tournament promoters. I talk to my publisher about once a week and once every 2 weeks. So we're trying to get some. I have set up an affiliate program for those people who want to help me push the book. So they'll get compensated for pushing the book. So like you do on Amazon, if you're an affiliate, you go ahead and
right.
Yeah. So kind of got that set up. So I'm looking for affiliates, just starting to get the message out. And then in the book, there's contact information to get in touch with me for those like-minded people that are interested in moving the ball forward, so to speak.
The book is Taking on the NFL with Pro Teams KumiteSport. It is available at Amazon.com. If you are interested in the book, interested in pushing the book or pushing the effort, and even if you are interested in perhaps owning a team and talking with Dexter, you can see his information on the screen, his email, his website. Very, very interesting concept to make Kumite Sports, which is a martial art, competitive with leagues and teams and major competition like the NFL, NBA, pro teams like that. So contact Dexter for more information. Dexter is a 5th degree black belt inventor, author, and Desert Storm combat veteran. For more information, once again, check out his information on the screen. Hey, Dexter, thank you so much for joining us. I thank you for your vision. Listen, being a visionary is not always easy. It's oftentimes lonely,
Yes, it is.
But it is so worth the reward. So I'm believing God for your efforts, and I thank you for, just for dreaming and believing and for giving our young people another opportunity, because a lot of kids do need, as you say, this martial arts to help them with some areas. And I think this would help them even more. So thank you so much. Good luck to you and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you as well.
Thank you. Absolutely. So listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope, email booking at copingwithtreTailor.com. If you have a product or service that could help someone cope, please email copingwithtreTailor@gmail.com. We would love for you to be a proud sponsor, just like In It Together SC. They sponsor Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping, hosted by Tre Tailor, Javis Financial Services, Palmetto Media Connections, the 5th Circuit Solicitor's Office, Attorney Byron Gibson, Agape Counseling and Training Services, also a sponsor, Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall, the Comet Bus System, and Black Pages Black Expo, coming to Charleston in March and Columbia in May of 2023. Now, tomorrow, we continue our series, Coping with Me in 2023. Claudette Chenereau is the stepmom coach, and she will give us information and resources on how to have a blended family successfully. She's going to give us some great information. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. right here on Coping. As always, I leave you with a spiritual reading. We've been doing Jesus Calling, and today is February the 2nd. And Jesus today says, I am renewing your mind. When your thoughts flow freely, they tend to move toward problems. Your focus gets snagged on a given problem, circling around in an attempt to gain mastery. Your energy is drained away from other matters through this negative focus. Worst of all, you lose sight of me. A renewed mind is presence focused. Train your mind to seek me at every moment, every situation. Sometimes you can find me in your surroundings, like a bird or a loved one's smile, golden sunlight. And other times, you must draw inward to find me. I am always present in your spirit. Seek my face, speak to me, and I will light up your mind. That's your Jesus Calling for today, Thursday, February 2nd. I'm Tre Tailor. Thank you guys so much for joining us once again today. And don't forget, tomorrow, Coping with Me in 2023, we'll talk with Claudette Chenereau about blended family. She's the stepmom coach. And I tell you, she's got some great information for you. That's tomorrow right here on Coping. Until the next time, I wish you peace, abundant blessings. Take care. Stay well. God bless. And COVID numbers are still high in South Carolina. 11 counties in South Carolina have tremendous COVID numbers. So if you're going to be inside with a lot of people, you would be wise to still wear your mask. But you got to do it over your nose and under your chin. We'll see you tomorrow.
Coping, find peace of mind to survive through whatever. Coping, learning the way that we thrive all together. Coping, finding out what's real. Coping, we can heal, we can heal, we can heal. Coping with stress, coping with strife, bringing hope for success, for improving our life. Coping beyond hoping to do more than survive, ways to live a healthy life. Coping and promoting, learning what you can do, 6 ways to a better you. Coping, find peace of mind to survive